Me. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 49 of Black Ops 3 ModTools. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to add ambient sounds, aka any other kind of sound you want. Alright, so first things first, let me give you guys a little preview of what I mean when I mean ambient sounds or any other kind of sounds. So, right over here, under ZM AMB sound, this is one of my test maps. So I'm going to load on into it. Just give me a quick sec. That way I could give you guys a quick little preview of what this tutorial is going to be about. And let me head on over to the trusty Steam. Get ready for the annoying sound. Oh, it didn't play it. Damn you, Radiant. Alright, so let's give it a quick sec. Let this bad boy load up. Come on, baby. I got mapping to do. Alright. Now, I have a few effects inside of the map, and I actually added some sounds to those effects with a struct. So let's check this out in action. Come on. There we go. All right, now, as you can see, I have a little bonfire. If I walk up to it, as you can see, the fire has some sound to it, which is pretty cool. It makes your map immersive. It makes it epic, in my opinion. So this is the fire sound. The closer you get to it, the more you hear it. Check that out. Good thing I don't burn. And right over here, I have some pipes with some steam coming out, and I added some steam sounds. Hear that? And this is what I mean by ambient sounds or any other kind of sound you would want in your map. So let's head on over to the desktop, and I'm going to show you guys how to get sounds from any Black Ops 3 map. Could be Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, any kind of map from Call of Duty. You can extract the sounds, and we're going to be doing this using Wraith. So let's head on over to the desktop. Let me close out the Black Ops 3. I tend to do it this way so it saves some time. There we go. Now, first things first, let me show you guys how to get the sounds and what settings you're going to need in order to extract them. So, of course, you're going to need Wraith. I'm going to have a link in the video description, which is going to have a link for Wraith, so you can download this program. Looks like this. And also in the video description, there's going to be a little package which is going to help you run ambient sounds. And it's going to look just like this. It's going to be in a raw file. So what you're going to do is you're going to extract it using WinRAR, WinRare, whichever one you pronounce it as. Double click on it. And it's going to look like this. It's going to say a folder put in root for Uptown's ambient sounds. So open that up. And as you can see, it has a share folder. It has a map source folder, which is going to contain a prefab of the struct that plays the sound. And it's also going to be a text document of how to get access to my sound alias, which I'm going to show you guys how to add that also. Now, first things first, let me show you how to get some sounds for yourself in case you want a good variety of different sounds that you can put in your map. So, of course, you're going to want to select the game you're going to be extracting sounds from. In our case, it's going to be Black Ops 3. So select Black Ops 3. Now let's head on over to the settings and let's hook it up so we get the good WAV file. So right under sounds, click on that, and you want to make sure that you have preserve the file path of the sound files. Make sure that's checked. And export.wav, because this is what Black Ops 3 reads. Those are the type of sound files it reads. So you're going to need that one checked. And you can check this one in case you have Windows 10, because majority of the time you're going to need a different program to play the WAV file. Currently I've used VLC Media Player. It plays basically any kind of file type, so I tend to use that one. But let's say if you don't have VLC Media Player, you can have it export FLAC, and this will play in Windows 10 so you can hear what it sounds like. So make sure all of these are checked. Close it out. Now what you want to do is you want to click on load file, click on that, and you're going to want to navigate to the root folder for your Black Ops 3 or whichever game you're going to be extracting sounds from. So Black Ops 3, and you want to go into zone, click on that, and you're going to see a folder that says SND. Double click on that, and you're going to see two folders. One says all, one says EN. So double click on all, and right over here, these are all the SAB-L and SAB-S files. Now these are the files that contain all the sound files. So as you can see, it's split up by maps. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down. I tend to like going to the zombies maps. So right over here it says ZM. This is a zombies map. Zod patch, and then ZM Zod all SAB-L. Now you want to look for the one that has a good size in the kilobytes, because that shows it has quite a few sounds inside of them. So right now it's split up by DLCs. So as you can see, there's Island, there's Genesis, there's Factory. Now let's say if I go into ZM Factory, all SAB-L. Now you want to look for the one that's a good size. So let's go to the 156, double click on that. And as you can see, it opened up all the sound files that was inside of that file. So let's type in fire. Nope, no fire sound. But there are quite a few other sounds that you can get. And let's see, round sounds, and no real ambient sounds. So let's click on low file again, and let's look around. Let me scroll all the way down to the bottom. And let's see, let's go to ZM Genesis, or SAB-S. Double click on that. There you go. It says quite a few. And let's see if I type in fire again. Nope, no fire sounds there. But pretty much any other kind of sound you would want. Now here's belly glow. Now let's say if you wanted all of these sounds, all you have to do is click on export all. And if you want to select a certain few, just highlight it, hit export selection, that'll be fine. Or else you can hold control and select as many as you want, and then hit export selection, and it'll only export the ones you have selected. But these aren't any of the sounds I want, so we're gonna go back to load file and scroll back down, and let's look for ZM Stalingrad. All right, let's click on that. There we go. Small arms fire. It has quite a few. Fire. There you go. Now let's export these two. See what these sound like. Export selection. And if I click on here, it'll open it up for me. Double click on that. Double click on this. And before I exported a bunch of sounds. So when you're looking for an ambient sound, it'll show up under AMB. Or you could just like cycle through all of them. Here's robot. Or else let's look for environment. Let's see, Chinatown, beam. There you go. Or else let's look for, let's check out this zombie. Ambient. Creepy. Whispers. Oh, let's check that out. Now that's eerie. Alright, that sounds cool. Let's grab that one. Alright, so got that one. Now let's close this out. And let's go to the root folder for Black Ops 3. Now, where you want to place the sound, you want to go into Sound Assets. That's basically where your sounds go. As you can see, I have a bunch in here already. But let's make a new folder. let's call it whatever you want. Let's call it Zom, and go inside of that folder. Place that whispers 0 in there. Now right click it, go to rename, copy that name. There you go. Now first things first, I'm not sure if I extracted all the information into my root folder, so let's do that now. There you go. My root folder from Black Ops 3. Find an empty spot. You don't want to extract it into a folder, so just copy these. There, place the files in the destination. That's fine, because I had it from before, because of course I made it. All right, so first things first, let's I put that in the Zom file. Okay, or folder. So now let's go into my user alias. So go into share, go into raw, go to sound, go to aliases, and right over here, this is the new alias that we added when we extracted my files into the root folder. So double click on that. And as you can see, I already have one sound in here, which is this theme. So what you want to do is you want to copy this line of code, go to the end, press enter, and we're going to add a new sound to it. So paste it in. And what was the name of that zombie sound? Let me go back to it. Sound assets, Zom whispers underscore 00. So let's copy that name. Copy, leave it in there. Leave that open just in case. Now, this line that we just pasted in, I'm going to paste the name right in the beginning. There you go, whispers 00. Now, 1, 2, 3, and then after those 3 commas, it's the file path .wave. So what you want to do is you want to change it to the folder name that we named it, which was Zom, and we're going to paste in the name after. There you go, whispers.wave. Hit file, hit save, and it's done. Now let's say if you want to change any information in here. Now right now it's set to looping, meaning the sound is going to play over and over, and that's basically what we want. If you don't want it to loop, take that off. This right over here. Now right over here, this is the Z radius, which is up and down. So right now I have it set to 100. Let me set this to 300. And then this is the X and Y radius, meaning left and right. So we're going to change this to 300 also. And this is the beginning volume and the end volume. But if you need any description of which part is within the commas, just look at this. And that'll let you know. The first one is the name, and that's what we have, whispers. 1, 2, 3, file spec. Actually, it's file spec right over here. So that's the 3rd comma, which is the file path right there. And that's pretty much done. Now all we have to do is go into Radiant, drop in the struct, give it that name, and that's it. Compile your map and you're good to go. Oh, actually there's one more step. We actually have to add my Uptown's ambient sound alias to your map. So let's do that right now. Let me just leave that open. Now remember, when I extracted it in there, there's a text document. So open up that text document, and right over here it says put this info in user maps, your map name, sound, zone config. So we're going to navigate there. We're going to go to your map name.szc file, and we're going to add this line of code with that function. So copy that, and then you can use launcher to get there. So it's going to be this map we're going to be adding it to. So go to open map folder, and you want to go into zone. No, actually it's sound, zone config, and there's my map name, SZC file. So double click on that. And right over here, right now it's getting access to your alias file, your user aliases, ambient mod. It's not really using this because it's empty, but leave it the way it is. Now what you want to do is right at this comma, you want to press enter and you want to paste it right there. Bow. Now to get access to my user alias. Hit file, hit save, close that out. That part is done. Now, whenever you add a sound into my user alias, my CSV file, it's always going to get compiled. So you're good to go from there. All right, so last thing we have to do is head on over to Radiant and let's add in the prefab. Give it the name that we want the sound to be. And that's pretty much it. Compile and we're good to go. All right, so let me open this bad boy and let me show you guys how to do this. Come on, wake up, hamster. You know, I didn't forget about you guys. I have a few other video tutorials that I have to do. I've just been busy working on my map. You know, it's been a while since I worked on a map, so I've been taking these few weeks to actually grind it out. But it's going to be well worth it. If you guys have been checking up on me, you know what map it is. It's coming, people. And it's going to be epic. All right. Come on, Radiant. There we go. All right, so let's go to the map that you're going to be adding the sounds to. In my case, it's this one. Come on, Radiant. Don't shit on me. There we go. All right, so this is all the stuff I showed you in the beginning of the video. Now, what we want to do is we want to add that creepy sound. So let me get rid of this one right here. Now, first things first, when you dragged over my little sound pack file, it gave you a prefab. So we're going to get that prefab right now. Press B on the keyboard so to bring up your entity browser, you know, or whichever way you tend to put in your prefabs. Go into MISC, go into prefab, and drop that bad boy in there. Let's put it over the fire. Now, once it opens up your prefabs folder, you're going to see Uptown's AMB Sounds. That's the folder that ended up showing itself once you dragged over my files. So double click on that. And here it is, Uptown's AMB Soundstruct. Double click on that. And let's see what that struct is. Where are you, buddy? Don't hide from me. There it is. All right. Zoom out a little bit. Put it right there. Over that little bonfire. Let's bring this bad boy up. Now remember, this is going to be the whispers. So now that we have the struct in there, we have to stamp this prefab or else you can't put in the information. So leave it selected. Hit prefab. Go to stamp prefab. There you go. Now select it. Press N on the keyboard for number. And then right over here where it says script sound, you're going to add the name of the sound. Now let's see, what was that name? Let's see. It was this one, Whispers. So copy that name. Pop that bad boy in right here. Press enter. Now right over here where it says target name, Steam sound, this is just by whatever's last sound I was using when I made the prefab. But you can call this whatever you want. Call it zombies don't stop talking. You can call it whatever you want. It's just so you know what this struct is, this sound struct. So that's pretty much it. Hit escape, hit save. And now let's say if you put in, you know, a sound struct and it's too close to another sound struct. If it's too close within the radius and it's colliding, it's gonna have like a rattling sound. So you're gonna have to shrink down the radius for one of them if they're touching. So try to be aware of how close you have the sounds. Because if you hear that rattling sound, that means that the sounds are colliding and it's gonna give you like a interruption sound of a rattling sound. So um, make sure you shrink down the radius for either both of them or for one of them. That way they don't bump into each other and you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna hit save. It's pretty much done. Now let's build a map and let's check this out. Compile and link and let's build it. And it's that simple. Let's say whenever you make like a struct that's gonna be for fire sounds or waterfall or a creepy sound, just try to save it as a prefab and you'll be good to go. All right, so it's almost done. Let's see if it works. Try to save a bunch of prefabs. That way you can have easy access to just pop them into your map and change the radius and you'll be good to go from there. All right, cool, it's done. All right, so let's hit run. And let's check this out in action. Come on, baby. Don't you dare do that Windows sound. Okay, good. Please work. This video's been going on for a minute. But like I was saying before, I'm gonna drop a few other tutorials on the custom video display. I had some help from Zeroy. Took a second figuring out how we were gonna add the video file to the game, but we figured it out. And I'm gonna drop that tutorial soon, so thanks to him, for helping me test it out. And what else? Custom boxes. Me and Graffiti are dropping, or at least Shadows of Evil box, the Mob of the Dead box, and the Shadows. No, not the Shadows, but I think it's Origins. Yeah, and a few other goodies. All right, so go. Now let's see if we hear this. Now that's creepy. There you have it, guys. That's how you add ambient sounds or any other kind of sound into your map. It's that simple. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. And don't forget, subscribe to me, and I'll be very grateful. But I'm out, guys. Enjoy. This is creeping me out. Peace.